continuation of my marketing eikaiwa woes. And the last year and a half, I'd been working as an assistant language teacher in my small town. And living in my small town has been a very interesting experience because I remember my students back in the heyday when I was in the more metropolitan area, and I had 150 students, and now I have much less. It's quite different because I had picked up and moved to another town, and what's ironic is I'm teaching in a very small classroom in my house, yet I have the equipment to still equip 150, 200, accommodate 200 students. You know, it's just a matter of just storing things, and I've got whiteboards. I mean, I've got whiteboards on all three of my walls because the room's so small. I mean, big ones, you know, like the 180 centimeter jobs. It's got tables don't fit very well because they're made for a brand new facility, kind of similar to what I had before. And when I moved to the smaller town, one thing that gave me some sort, it was kind of a challenge because I knew no one knew of my reputation. I had an established reputation in the old town, and there are factors in building a school. The number one factor that people cannot forget is the students themselves don't seem to care about how great your curriculum is, and they want to have fun, but basically the fun does not necessarily come from you as much as you try to make a very exciting and fun class. They want to go there because their friends go there, and you know, any big academic goals you have are pretty much secondary in their mind, and that's really resulted in a big handicap for me. It's almost devastated my business. For example, where I used to have 20 classes of 8, 10 kids, and it was, I mean, that was a lot. Well, they didn't all have 8 or 10 kids because I only had 150 students back then, but there were a lot of classes, you know, and we were running elementary school classes every day. If somebody decided to join a swimming class or a ballet class and it conflicted with their current schedule, it was just so easy because there was the same level of classes on the other days. And I couldn't do that with the after moving with the smaller town. And it getting smaller really, really hurt because as much as I tried to hang on, I couldn't build up the quorum, so I lost my Eiken Jun Kaijo, you know, where I used to be able to actually do the Eiken tests on site. I remember I used to test 40, 45 people 3 times a year, and I couldn't even come up with a minimal quorum. And you know, it's not that strict either. It's just I just didn't have that many students. I had a very established communicative junior high school age program, which was really hard to put together because 15 years ago there really wasn't very much out there for good textbooks for junior high school communication. I mean, they had the kids' textbooks and they had the adults, and they just kind of left off. There was a big hole in that, and I had developed a very good, successful course, but then I moved to another town, and I just don't have the reputation. So don't have the number of students. Their friends aren't here, so I don't have any junior high school students, 0. And that's actually one of the strong points of what I can do. You know, I've got all the information. I've done ACAN. I've done the test bank. I know all. I know 3 of the main series of textbooks. It doesn't matter what textbook they're using at school. I've used them all. Prepared supplementary material, but there's just going to sit there turning yellow in a file. And yeah, I mean, once you drop below a certain size, it's very, very devastating. But when I moved to that small town, I thought, well, since I don't have the reputation, this is really going to be a test of my abilities as a teacher. And here I am 8 years later. I don't have the enrollments that I expected. Um, my failure as a teacher. Oh my God, I hope not, because I invested 20 years in Japan. I invested in the materials. I didn't just take the tuition envelope, stick all the money in my pocket, and go to yakitori every night. I reinvested in my own training. I did so much training. I was very involved with JALT and IIEEC, the Ritsuko Nakata's Mat Method group, and I've invested a lot in myself, and it hasn't produced the results that I want. And what I'm shooting for is kind of put the academic part of the quality of my courses, which I have complete confidence in. I really do believe that I can deliver the best quality courses. I can, I can squash my competition with a bug with that, but I don't have the enrollments. The people who want to study, the children who want to study, their friends aren't here. I'm just going to lose out. They're going to go to Yamaha and pay $7,500 a month or whatever. I'm charging $6,000. The second sibling is half price. If there are 3 children in the same family, that third one is absolutely free. So, I mean, I've got my prices are set, my quality's set, but it's just a matter of finding a better marketing strategy. As I've been working as an assistant language teacher in the same town, I have actually stood in front of 1,800 students. And I've always been worried, and now it's a little bit more confirmed. I think that my period as an assistant language teacher in the same town may be very detrimental to my abilities in building a school. The students like me and they have fun, but I have not been able to teach in a year and a half in that other job and show my skills as a teacher. I've managed to make a fool out of myself a few times, or other people have helped. And, here we've got all the people who know me, and I do think I am a reasonably nice fellow, but it has not translated into enrollments, and, I'm going to have to see how my aggressive marketing strategy works, which means I'm going out there on foot by myself with the flyers and tell the people, look, we've got something going. I don't know what I'm doing in April, but I certainly do want to continue my English school. Come for a free lesson, see if you like it, sign up, and that's about where I'm at.